Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica, aka Little Miss Skin Expert. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I created this soft, beautiful pink Valentine's Day look. So without further ado, let's get started. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Are you guys all dressed up in red or pink or purple? Anyways, I'm not really too sure what I'm going to be doing for makeup. I'm going to go, we are hosting snack day today at school. And since Joshua's birthday is tomorrow, I wanted to bake cookies for his class, which is why I was showing you guys what I was doing yesterday. So I had to mom it up. Good morning. That's where I have to like adjust this camera a lot because I was wearing shoes earlier and then it was tall and then I ended up, you know, whatever. You don't need to hear all the details. I'm short. Okay, so now on to today's makeup look. I, of course, already did my skincare. That's the first and foremost step. That's the most important. That's going to create your makeup look to look flawless. So the first step for me is always a toner. This is not a like a requirement. However, it's a requirement if you guys were to see me as a client. I like it when you guys use a toner because it helps remove any excess residue that the cleansers may have left behind. It also helps shrink the pore size down just a little bit temporarily. And I just like how it kind of creates the pH to go back to its normal self. So it's not... it can be very hydrating for those of you who suffer from dry skin, or it could be very nourishing and helpful for removing any excess oil that for those skins that suffer from oiliness. The next thing I used was the Ultralight Super Antioxidant Concentrate Serum. I love this serum. It has hyaluronic acid in it, and let's go into that because that's awesome. This might be a little exaggerated, but I still like to call it this. I call it Botox in a bottle. So hyaluronic acid is a skin hydrator. It actually can help fill lines in the skin. It's not exactly like a very heavy consistency. It's actually a very light consistency, which I really love. So it looks like this, and it's very fluid-like. And I actually use it in this area of my eye, around my crevices and around my mouth. I mean, you could use it everywhere, and I like it because it's light. And then the last step for my skincare routine, as always, is sunscreen. Currently, I am using the Skin Balancing Ultra Sheer Daily Defense Moisturizer plus SPF 30. I do like this one. I just prefer the Calm one better just because I like a thicker consistency for my skin. My skin seems to really do well with that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I've already applied some Strobe cream. This is by MAC. You do not need to put this all over your skin, especially for those of you who suffer from oiliness or breakouts. You really kind of want to think about using this sparingly. But I really like it because there are some antioxidants in there. But as you could tell, it leaves kind of like this glowy sheen on the skin. And I really want that for my skin today. So I'm going to use that as kind of like a primer. And just rubbing it in to the skin really well. Like that. Before I go in and do my foundation, I'm going to just allow that strobe cream to absorb into the skin, but I want to go ahead and just add a little bit of something on the eyelids. I'm not doing anything crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Jaclynhill palette. I believe the first shade in the palette that I'm going to go in with is maybe the shade Butter. Yes, let's do it. Let's just add butter. It's the shade right here. It's almost like a caramelly, like brown. And I'm just going to go ahead and add this to the transition shade. Again, just doing something very, very simple because I really want to just keep the focus on the skin. Next shade in the palette that I'm going to go in with is this shade called Chip. It's like a very rich brown, but I like it because it has like almost like they put maroon shades in that, and so that's why I like it. So that's why I'm going to use it, and I'm just going to really focus this in the outer corner of my eye and keep it in the low crease. So I'm going to take my time to pack this on. Just want it to be very complimentary. See how it's just very soft? It's not anything too extravagantly like intense like I've been doing lately. All right, so the next shade in the palette that I'm going to go in with is this one right here. This one's called Central Park, and I'm really just going to focus this on the outer corner of the eye. But just really just, again, just wanting to keep this as simple yet complimentary, you know, to anyone's eyes. So I'll focus on the outer corner of my eye. I will most likely go in with a blending brush to really just help blend this out. And I am using a much smaller blending brush that's tapered this way because it makes it a little bit easier for my eye socket to pack on the color. So I went in with this shade right here in the palette. This is called Sissy, I believe. And I'm going to go in with my finger first, and then I will use a synthetic brush to really perfect that shade. And you do want to kind of, you do want to wet it with Fix Plus, I think, because I think it will help make it more metallic looking. And that's the look I'm going for today. So it's looking like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and just start the foundation process. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I love this foundation. It is a matte kind of consistency. I wouldn't say it's a dewy kind of consistency. I would say it's similar to the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. Well, yeah, I guess that's as close as I can really describe it. And that was one pump. I'm really low on that foundation. I'm so glad, because I don't like things sitting around for too long, because everything has a shelf life. So that's the reason why you want to kind of use your product. You know, don't be afraid to use up your product. It's a good thing. I know when I was younger, I would try to protect my favorites and would really regret that, because, you know, everything has a stale date and then it doesn't perform as well as it did when you first bought it. So don't do that. Right, so I went ahead and I just added my concealer. That was not very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just start working on finishing the eyes up. So I'm going to go ahead and take a smudger brush like this, and I'm going to take this shade called Central Park. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the lower lash line to help smoke out the bottom. Like that. And you know, you can either go a little bit close to the lash line, or you can keep it low like me, because I'm going to go in with a blending brush and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that shade. So I do kind of want it to be lower for me. It gives it more of a gradient effect. So because you're going to go in with a lighter shade and you're going to blend and blend and blend, and it's going to lighten it up just a little bit, and then towards the edge of the lash line it's going to actually stay. Now going in with the blending shade, I think I'm going to do a combination of butter and this one right here. That is the shade Silk Cream, to help blend out that lower lash line. I am using the Luxie 227 blending brush because right now it's clean. I need to clean my brushes. I usually spot clean my brushes, but I like to go in and actually give it a thorough cleaning, you know. Rather than using a black eyeliner in my waterline, I am using a brown, and this is by Rimmel. NYX also makes a really good one that I really like, and I'm just going to add it to the waterline. Sorry, I'm really sensitive in the eyes today. So if I'm blinking or my eyes start to tear, I'm just really sensitive today. I've been doing a lot of intense looks. So I am going to go in with the Ambient lighting powder in Luminous Light today, because I want to, and because it gives a nice little sheen to the face. And I'm going to do it before I contour, because I kind of like it as like a powder that, but I want it to like just give it like a gradient effect. So your contour, blush, and then highlight goes right in the upper areas of the face. So your nose pops out, your chin kind of pops out, your upper lip, which is the Cupid's bow. And I don't, like I said yesterday, I don't like to add it in the center of the face, but I do like to add it somewhat in here. So when there's light reflecting on it, you can actually see a little bit of sheen. So I went ahead and contoured my nose, and as you can see, now even the ambient lighting powder is showing up even more. So I really love that powder if you're looking for more of a subtle glowing effect instead of like a stripe. Now you can easily go over and do like a very beautiful highlighter on top of that if you want to add more and emphasize more, but I think I'm going to leave it as is today. We'll see. Okay, but let's put some blush on. So I'm going to go in with LoveCloud today. This is by MAC. And then maybe even a mixture of Peony Petal, which I really like because it's a cooler toned kind of pink. I hope I'm not making a mistake by doing that, but we'll see. Oh. This is overkill. You don't have to do it this way. I just, I really like these blushes. I also like, for drugstore brand, I really like the Maybelline's Fit Me blushes. You just don't have a very large palette to work with. Like these are nice and round, so I can really get in there and work it through. And then I'm just gonna highlight, I've already kind of highlighted the inner corner of my eye. I use this shade right here. And if I can open it, I can show you. It's the shade Faint. And you could either leave it as is, which I really like this color to complement this pinky eye look, or if you really want to blind it out even more, this shade Beam is really good. I went ahead and just added Better Than Sex mascara because, as you guys know, this is one of my favorites besides the Milk Makeup one, but definitely this would be like top 3. And I love it because it lengthens, it thickens my lashes. And you know, one of the things that I notice is it lengthens my lower lash line, which I really, really like that. I went ahead and just applied my lipstick. I really love this shade. It's like a nude pink. This is by NARS. This is the Audacious lipstick in the shade Raquel. Check this packaging out. So it's black, so it's really sleek, and it's heavy duty, but it's magnetic. So cool. Well, that completes the look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Valentine's pink tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!